Hello, everyone. I'm Christina. And I know I've been kind of busy this week, but it's kind of been that way. And when somebody helps you and they need your help finally, it's like, yeah, whatever I can do. And let me tell you, I have found out I'm in terrible shape. I have like no endurance, but here we are. I'm well rested, missed all of you guys. And of course, we have so much to talk about. A lot of scary things are happening in this world, right? Things that have really got our attention. So, right before we get started, I want to go ahead and remind everyone to like, subscribe, definitely share out the videos, and always leave your comments, okay? Waiting for everybody to just kind of come on, but we can go ahead and get started now, can't we? Okay, because it's been quite the week. Hello, Sunshine, and hello, Patricia. Whole lot of shaking going on, right? And that's really the title of this video is the earth is shaking. And it's not like we didn't have earthquakes before. It's just these earthquakes are they're getting really big, and they're happening in places that are amazing. And it's not just the Canary Islands that have woken up. Oh, no, 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 no. We've had several. I mean, it's not like the volcanoes weren't waking up already, but it's like it's speeding up. And so that shaking, you can tell that pressure on the earth is just crazy. Hello, Mark Rufiner. So glad to see you guys. I'm always so happy to see you guys. Okay. I'll be good over there. I've got my kitties beside me. Alrighty. All right. So just to start off, they came out in the news saying that if there is a tsunami, the White House isn't going to bother to alert us at all. And there aren't really buoys, at least halfway between here and the Canary Islands, right? So really, it'd be hard to evacuate with all the roads locked up. Even if the Canary Islands was to get, through to us somehow and be like, hey, it's on its way, we could have some serious travel problems. I mean, we know what it's like when we're trying to evacuate the coast because a hurricane is coming, and it just doesn't work out so well. All right. And so there's a lot of concern. And we've been talking about this for a while, that you don't know anymore when or how we're going to go. You need to be right. You need to expect that anytime, any place, anyhow, that your life could come to an end here on earth, and that you're about to go be with Father, which is amazing in its thought by itself. It's just to be with him forever. Let's check the live stream super fast. Thank you for all the thumbs up, you guys, and for all of you that are here. Welcome, Angela. Make sure. Oh, hello, Clarissa. Angelia, I'm very sorry. I know how you feel. A lot of us are ready to go home, and at this point, I'm just hoping that no matter how God calls us home, that we're ready and we're not scared. This is really, there's a reason they call it the end times, because it spells the end for our culture as a world, our way of life. There's a bottleneck in world population coming. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm capable of making it through this whole thing when I can't even work part-time helping a friend without sleeping for 2 days. Okay. I don't think I'd be able to make it. I'm getting old, I think they figured out we don't trust their news. October 2nd. There's a third wave coming. My email address for anybody who wants to text me. If you really want it, just specify and let me know, Mark, if you were talking to me or it's somebody else. That's right. It's not our chance to cop out. Okay. That's right. Listen. All right. So right now they don't even have, what they're saying is shipping in and out of La Palma has been suspended for a while. They don't have airplanes in or out for a while. So, but they are trying to do rescue boats. Okay. But when you think about this whole Mega-tsunami situation, right, you have to think back about it's not just lately, but over the last years, all over the world, they've had tons and tons of cadaver bags and, big enough caskets for several people to fit in for mass burial. So you can see that we knew that they were waiting on something major to happen, and we were suspicious, but they didn't want to tell us, just like they ain't going to tell us when the tsunami's coming. All right. Okay. Now something interesting. I was like, dude, if this really happens, I was thinking back, it's like, and I found it on January 9th. I posted a written post. And it said, I was thinking about all the things I could talk about today in a live stream when suddenly a strong feeling came over me. The kind of feeling you might get if you woke up one morning and found out that entire cities across America and all of the people in them died while you slept. I saw that the situation in America wouldn't get better than last year. Then instead, something terrible has happened. Something is really wrong with the year 2021. I can't put my finger on it just yet, but I feel a sense of despair so strongly. I think y'all can go back and see my posts, my written posts, but that's what I wrote. And I'm like, okay. And then lately I was like, look, time's running out. Labor comes in waves, but it also comes with blood. It comes in blood. It comes with waves and watered down kind of blood. That's the truth about labor and, the water breaking. Okay. And when you look at the labor we're in, we also saw that on September 21st, Mount Etna started blowing in Italy too, with a moderate lava outflow. The same day, there was a 6.4 quake in Chile. All right. And then they were also talking about a volcano erupting in Alaska, also same day. Same day, the weirdest thing, man, when Australia had that 6.0 earthquake and a 4.1, that was extremely strange. And I knew something was going on under there because Queensland on that same side keeps catching on fire the last couple of years, right? Yep. And then Chile had that 6.4. Okay, yeah. All right. The very next day, not far away from Chile, Nicaragua had a 6.5 and a little swarm going on. September 23rd just so happened to be the 4-year anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign. And that day, there was a Guatemala volcano eruption. Fuego volcano, that's fire volcano. 6 kilometers in the air, that is 6,000 feet. It's a pretty good eruption, right? Same day, 5.6 magnitude quake in Mexico. All right. Next day, California being evacuated again. Fires, Shasta County. Okay. These are just some of the quakes and volcanoes that have gone on around the world just in the last week. Okay. And if you're feeling scared, okay, we'll take a slight break and I'll show you somebody. Look who I got. Oh, yeah. Look at him. We named him Count Chocula. We call him Count for short, just in case any of y'all are feeling stressed. Yes, just thought I'd show him to you. He's getting big. He's getting plump. Belly. And he is adorable. Just give y'all a little stress relief for a minute. Look at, he loves it, his little chin rubbed. Hey, y'all, be nice in there. Be nice. Okay, we'll go on. Yes, just stay centered and calm. Everything is fine. Okay, now we take a look around the world not far from the Canary Islands, which are Spain's, right? Spain is sinking and going through tremendous flooding. All right, and now some of y'all might remember that starting my channel out, one of the first videos that I was, like a series of them, I kept saying something's wrong in the Gulf of Mexico. We've got volcanoes out there. And, they just made it impossible for me to track any more eruptions or anything going on in the Gulf of Mexico after that, because everybody was very interested. A lot of people did not know there were volcanoes down there. They had no idea. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'd heard from the rig workers. Well, it turns out the rig workers would be the ones who would know. They would. Okay. But Mike from around the world, a couple nights back, was also, he's been mentioning it here and there every so often. And he mentioned it again. I was like, He says that the Gulf of Mexico is a very bad place, that it's guarded. You can't just go out there and start exploring as a civilian. He says there is a monster sitting down there. He starts talking about 30 more pulses coming in. Last pulse started the Canary Islands, is what he was saying. And I was wondering if he was trying to say these pulses could also be a serious issue in our very own Gulf of Mexico, because he's been saying something is very fragile out there in the Gulf of Mexico right now, that something really bad could happen. I'm like, that's what I was saying 7 years ago. I said, there's something underneath our feet that's going to shift. and it's going to cause some water to come in along the Gulf. So I know that the Canary Islands, what's going on over there, that this is actually a world problem. Things are getting ready to happen. The Catalan leader was just arrested by Spain, or is it Catalan? I have to share you an NDE I saw and heard today. Okay. My email mark is christina@gmail.com. You know, like the channel. That's the channel email. Yes, yes. Is Paul and Adrian here? Did they sneak in and I didn't see them? Or y'all just saying thank you? We always thank Paul for their reports. They're amazing. And Paul Begley with Mike from around the world. I always love hearing that. A super volcano is there. See? I was trying to tell y'all, things are not, not safe as you think they are. Yeah. And when you think about how many sinkholes have been popping up on the Gulf Coast, and just basically the land's been sinking too, So, and then what was it near the Puerto Rico? They had a pretty big earthquake in the last 24 hours. See, the Caribbean's acting up. Why wouldn't the Gulf be acting up? Of course they are. Of course they are. Count be a good boy. He's like the biggest one. All right. Y'all get to meet another one. This is Gravy. He's my loud one. He's my little alarm bell. But this is Gravy. Yeah, we named him all after food. Okay. And this is my pinstriped tuxedo cat named Tootsie Roll. Isn't he adorable? He is adorable. And the very last one, this fluffy face baby is Taco. Yep. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just had to let y'all go ahead and meet them. Yeah, I've been hearing about their submarines, and everybody can shoot certain places, and tsunamis and earthquakes will happen. That's right. Oh, I know. Taco's amazing. They're all amazing. They're getting big. They're just in their little basket sitting next to me. They're almost big enough to climb out of it, actually. Okay. All right. So then at the same time, and all of this really is prophecy, okay? Because China's social unrest, they're talking about the Evergrande stock collapse. And, I know they've been talking about housing bubbles for a while, but they're saying that it's happening in China and that it could be coming to America next. And at the same time, while articles of impeachment have been filed on Biden, Biden is preparing the White House for a possible government shutdown. Now, usually they say, okay, we're going to go into session. We're going to solve this. Nobody goes home until we do. But he's saying, we might have to shut down. And they're saying that it's because emergency funding is running out, which may be true. But I mean, is it possible that because they're on the East Coast and they know what could be coming, right, that maybe it'd be easier to just say, hey, we need to go on vacation for a week, pack up our bags, and figure this out at a later date. I mean, I just think the timing's a little suspicious. All right. I know, Patricia, I love tacos, just, to eat, and as my kitty cat. The next one we were thinking about, name the next litter, if we get another one, we'll name him like after over-the-counter drugs like Tums and Nexium, something like that. Anyway, back to point. All right, so we got a lot of things going on in China, in America. Government's acting suspicious. They're saying with this whole government shutdown that the worst case scenario could cause a huge downfall in the worth of the dollar. Well, that's already happening anyway. They're saying emergency funding is running out. I don't know if I buy that. Okay, because if there's anything these people are good at is sniffing down money, making it work. Breaking, Australians issue emergency SOS to the world. What is it? What is the SOS? There's got to be more details. If there's more details, let us know. I fear America is becoming a communist nation. Look at all the freedoms we're losing. Okay, you know what I got to say, Clarissa, because I've been seeing that too. And I'm like, okay. That was I was like, They can't just, I know that something is going to happen, that all these rules, like if we get a tsunami on the Gulf Coast and the East Coast, I mean, with the West Coast on fire, I mean, really, how are they going to just keep enforcing all these rules? At some point, they won't be able to say anything to anyone. The only thing that they might be able to do is maybe roll out the military, maybe. But it's going to be kind of wild if this actually happens sooner than later, because we've been waiting on this Canary Islands mountain to fall in for decades. Okay, this isn't new information as much as it is finally looking like it's actually going to happen. Trucker strike. Yep. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. October 2nd, someone said. Yes, welcome, YouTube viewer. Didn't mean to forget to welcome you. All right. Yeah, and you remember a couple months ago I said, look, so whatever it is y'all need to get, I said I see a problem with the shipping, with getting things here, that something's going to happen and that you won't be able to get the things. I said I had a bad feeling that things were going to come in waves, and then here comes possible mega-tsunami waves. Things are happening. Things are happening. Okay? Yes, and that's, lately when people, you're right, Mark says the people who are in trouble are people who haven't turned over to Jesus. And, when people say, they want to do like normal things that they would kind of like, they're not right with God, but they would say, oh, don't worry about it. Let's go party or whatever. And I'm like, dude, this is the end. We don't have time for this. And I just keep looking at them and they just back off. You want to go on a date? No, I don't want to go on a date. But it's me. I don't care. You're not God. I'm not trying to impress you. I've got to face him again. Last time I did not get a good grade. I'm not going to mess this up. Guarantee you, people really, it's just, I'm trying to tell people, I'm like trying to bring it to their forethought, not in the back of their mind anymore. I'm trying to say, look at where we are. We don't have time for this sitting on the fence, kind of justifying what we know is wrong. Party for Jesus. Yeah, he's got a party already set up for us with all the finest silverware. He's got the finest dinner that we have ever had, the finest everything. Okay, we got some nice clothes to wear. Our hair is going to be perfect. We're going to be perfect. Everything's going to be perfect. That's a party I want to go to. Yeah, but see, Nicole, welcome, Nicole. Welcome. God's got the children just like he's got all of us. We all worry about the children. Yes, we do. But I think that's the purpose of this great shaking, is for people to be woken up. You've got so many people that are not just on their phones, but they are literally, they get off work and all they do is play video games. That's it. Till they go to sleep, they get up and they go to work and they come back. And it doesn't matter if they're 30, 35, 40. And I'm not talking about gamers that have, money coming in from actual revenue from something they're doing on YouTube or something. I'm talking about just they can't see anything else. That's it. But when that electricity goes off, when that shaking happens, they're going to end. I think that's the purpose of the great shaking. If that doesn't wake them up, they must be reprobate. You are being so sweet to everybody coming on. I really appreciate that. 11th hour. Yeah, because we know what happens when we get to the midnight hour. That's right. God told him he's at the door. Welcome, end times. I hope I say this right. Natsarium. I'm so country. End times, Natsarium. I hope I pronounced that right. My wife and I are awake using the discernment of our Father. That's right. Yes, because you have to see through his eyes everything. It can be so very frustrating. More sifting. Yes. And, a lot of people, they're sad about their families broken up, but that is exactly what God meant. I'm going to separate the wheat from the tares. And he said brother would be against brother and parents killing children. That's part of prophecy. And that the bad would get worse and the good would get brighter and brighter like the stars of heaven. Yes, we are in a very, very amazing time. And let me tell you something. I know a lot of people are scared, but when God was talking to me about all of this, right after the trade centers got hit, I wrote down a bunch of notes that I've finally been going back through since, I had amnesia and everything. And I wrote down something that I want y'all to at least consider. I said, courage is tremendous love in action. That's where you find your courage, and it's in what you love. And if you love something enough, it'll move your legs for you because your heart is made up and it'll make up your mind. And what's in your heart will move your bottom. That's right. Was it make up your mind and your butt will follow? Something like that. Oh, thank you, sunshine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Now, not only are they thinking about, a little government shutdown happening, Dabu is reporting that buying limits on grocery items have begun. It's started. People, I told y'all a few months ago about this coming. I even went and looked for the shortages, and it was starting then. But the worst of it, I think, is that they keep talking also about a brutal winter is expected. And God all summer was urging me about getting solar generators. He was saying you might not have gas and the electricity could be out for a while, and you need this. And I was like, okay. He's like kept telling me until I was getting it, until I raised enough money for it. And they're talking about this brutal winter coming, and we've all heard the phrase dark winter, and I think it's even been used recently by Biden, those exact words. If I'm wrong, tell me, but somebody said that recently. I think it was Biden. Yes, I did think of it. Absolutely. It was in my own notes, and it was actually said by Christina Robertson. And, so I was like, I knew for sure that I'd come up with that for myself. But it was 21 years ago, too. Hello, Dan Vincent. Welcome. Greeting friends of God. Yes, absolutely. All right. So not only are they talking about how there are limits on grocery items, right? There are also rumors that you need to watch your food because they're saying that they're putting nanoparticles in our food too, and that you can test it by using magnets, that you can hang magnets on some of the meat they're selling and everything. All right. So get your kitchen refrigerator magnets, test your food. I've seen some videos, so it's worth at least looking into, even if you don't believe me or think I'm out of my mind. I didn't think this up, it's just something that was being reported, that I'm just mentioning. Hello and welcome, Lori Tillman. Hello, welcome. Hello, Paula Hoskins. Also, Sniffin' Joe spoke of a dark winter. See, that's what I thought it was, Joe. I sure did. Or the reason why they're only allowing 2 photos because they don't want the jabbed giving food to the unjabbed. See, this is why God prepared us ahead of time. With all the ships backed up on the West Coast. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have and it's not so much. Yeah, I know. But it's not going to be just about Christmas as far as the presents. It's going to be about anything you might need to get. You might not be able to get it. Cars, computers, kitchen equipment, pumps for your water wells, all of it. You don't know what's going to disappear next. And that's what this is really about. That by the end of this year, everything could be gone. That's right. Ionic foot baths to detox metals or just have water handle it. No more high days. Okay. Oh yeah, and now they're starting to come out with reports saying that Walmart sodas are going short now. And I told y'all A couple months ago about the shortages, aluminum, meaning aluminum cans. Where you see sodas going short, anything else that could be in a can, like some of your Yoo-hoos, they come in a can, certain things, you're going to have problems with that too. And plus, Walmart has a bunch of stock just waiting on the West Coast in these boats. I mean, you think that this would be something that the president would address, but no, it's like he's a broken record with that cootie stick. He can't address anything else. Nothing is as important, and it's just driving our country into the ground. Yeah, I think that if I was to go to a thrift store, I'd be really interested in like seeing if they got any of those washing boards left, the old, because I've had a feeling I might be using that in the future. For real, be looking for that. And one of our family members here on this channel, she went through Ida, and she said that using a Alexa water pitcher, it has a filter in it, is a lifesaver. I'm like, you know what? I need to get that if I can. Yep. It's like it's almost as if they were shutting down everything because they knew it was coming anyway. But that's it's just, I don't know why they think the way. But when it comes to the great shaking, and it's funny that these people in high places are so wicked, because God was very clear in letting us know that all of this was because of the wickedness of the world in high places and in everywhere, that the thoughts of man were evil day and night. That's why. Man, they're all in bed together on this. He really does, don't he? I'll tell you where he can. Anyway, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. All right. And it's not just in high places like the politics. You got to remember, the Bible talks about the churches in the last days that are apostate from the true faith. That's right. Because there were letters to the 7 churches. And I don't think it's so much as, a certain church, because like a lot of these places don't exist anymore than the cities they name, but the attitude still does. The ones that tolerate Jezebel and this kind of church over here and this kind of church over here. Everybody wants to be the Church of Philadelphia, which means they're not being objective at all. Everybody wants to say they are, but really, if it's always going to be a remnant that is really God's, then most of these churches out here lately in the last days, according to Revelation, has lost their minds. Talking crazy. Justifying sin. That's crazy. Okay? And people do it all the time. Oh, God knows my heart. Well, it's out of your heart that the words come out. It's out of your heart that your hands do certain things. So yeah, we can see your heart's wicked and that you're justifying. Don't do that. Don't do that. Definitely. Okay. Listen, if the water goes out, have some mouthwash. Don't forget that. Shelves becoming shorter with items, and they aren't restocking. They can be flushed out, right? I told y'all I had a feeling, get what you can now, because by the end of October was the way I felt. That there was like some kind of timeline. I don't know what's going on November 1st and beyond, but I know that I felt an urgency with these, August, September, and October. Like, time's running out, really. Okay. So sodas are going short. Other canned items will. And if we would just repent of our sins and stop justifying this, God would stop it. But the Bible tells us that we didn't. A lot of people will be saved, but right now, at this point in time, we didn't. And we're going to get shook. Okay. So that's why that's when I started this, I'm like, we've got to be ready to go at any time. But at the same time, while we are still here, we've got to live like we're dying, like that song. You take a good look at the good book, start talking sweeter, you love harder, you start living like you knew you should live. You give forgiveness that you've been denying, those kinds of things. We need to start living like this is our last days. What is it that we want God to see in us the last days that we were here when we're being judged? What is it we can do Who is it we've got to forgive? Who is it we really need to hug and say, hey, I love, or spend time with? What is it we need to do? You see what I'm saying? I think that's what, I think that's kind of what washing our robes is kind of about. It's when you start living like you believe and stop living like you're your own God, and believe that there is God and that we can relinquish that power to Him. Rice and beans are good. Yeah, they're saying get used to crappy taste in food basically with no flavor. So save up your seasonings, might want to update your spice cabinet, okay? Diana Gillespie, welcome. She says, Christina, what do you think will happen to prisoners when food shortages hit hard? Do you think they will release them except for murders, etc.? Lately they've been releasing them. But I've always felt like when the Antichrist were to take over, that they would give all the prisoners the option to, renounce any faith in Jesus and get out. And I think that'll happen later. But who knows? They might bring them to execution camps like the rest of us. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, their prisoners are like slaves already. The things they make these guys do. God told me to let go. No earthly tethers or attachments to anything here anymore. Yeah, there you go, Ruth. That's right. He's been telling me to get in shape. I tell you right now, I found out this little bit of work I've been doing. I haven't been overworked. I'm just out of shape. Honest to goodness. God's like, get ready to run. I'm like, oh, I need to work out and, stop drinking the Coca-Cola and get some more hydrating liquids and really start thinking about my health so that I can endure what it is that God has for me coming in the future. And I think that that's important for all of us. It says, get ready. You get ready on all levels. And that means physically too, to the best of your ability. I love essential oils in general. Oh, hello, Sherry's Kitchen. Welcome. We are so very glad you are here. I hope that you're welcome, that you like what you hear, and maybe even subscribe. That'll be great. They will riot and take over. That's for sure, girl. Prisoners don't have food. They will riot and take over. Right. Hope you don't have to run far. I know. But it's going to be more than just running. You might not be able to sleep that night, and you might not know who is friend, who is foe. You're going to be very stressed, and all of that's going to wear you down. And it's not going to be just for one day. It's going to be day after day, where you're going to keep moving, or you're going to find a place to shelter in. It's going to be where we're going to have the stability of mind and some endurance and the peace of God, so we can actually get some sleep. Because we'll probably start having nightmares, things like that, from the stress. And that's exhausting. Odyssey brought me that message to, let go. Love one another. Missed life comes from within coming in. A great shaking. Yes, it sure does. And I've been saying that for years. Welcome, life comes from within. I actually done a video few years back saying, this is bigger than a solar minimum. We're heading for a pole shift. We're having magnet. I did say that. And in all of these advances, the more it rumbles, the closer it's getting. All those rifts, they're going to keep getting bigger because we're having an expanding Earth. Think about it. An engine, when you overheat your engine, you crack the block. And really, Earth, it runs very much like an engine. Welcome, P for Plenty. I'm so glad that you're here. Yes, we got to run the race. Yes, China, Russia will invade. I've seen it in my own visions. I know it for a fact. I've had dreams about being on the run. And I live in West Michigan. We can get as much snow as parts of the Rockies. Yeah, you're going to have white camouflage on then. We've got to have the dark brown and green down here. We got a lot of pine trees and magnolia trees down here. Yes, pole shift. And it's going to be ugly. In the Canary Islands, I know. God was telling me about that 20 years ago. He was telling me about a lot back then, okay? Um, yeah. Yep. So this is it, you guys. We don't know. But I'll tell you what, even though I can't guarantee I'll be here tomorrow, I know that I probably won't make it to my 50th birthday, chances are. But I'm not going to sit around crying about it. I'm going to die like a woman. I'm going to die like somebody that is ready to meet her maker and has absolutely nothing to lose by telling you that I love Jesus. Go ahead, take my life. Take whatever you want. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have some dignity about this. And that's because that's courage. And I'm giving you encouragement. Encouragement is tremendous love in action. And you got to love him, you know? He's worth loving. He's worth that praise. And I'm going to be working for like another week to help finish helping my friend with this project. And at some point, I'm going to be celebrating my daughter's 18th birthday the first week of October, even if I have to cook it here myself at the house. My girl's turning 18, my only daughter. So that's going to be really awesome. I'm so excited. Ooh, I'm so excited. She doesn't know what I got her for her birthday. But I did get her a waffle maker and an Instapot rice cooker. All right. I mean, but if it's her one and only 18th birthday. And I don't, we don't know how much more time we have to spend with the ones we love. And they're going to split us up. And you know what I'm saying? These are the days to just love each other the very best that we can. Yes. So we got to keep talking about forgiveness. We got to start saying, hey, I gotta start washing my robes. I gotta have this courage and try to just be objective and say, okay, yes, these are the signs of the end times, because you're going to keep seeing earths ripping, islands ripping apart. You're going to see strange auroras starting to happen again, because that's where we are. But remember, that's radiation, that's cancer causing. You're going to see these things get worse. But we'll talk about that as they go along, as they happen. We'll watch as they go. And we'll take one last look at the chat. I'll tell her you said that, Sunshine. Pray for all of you too, Nicole. Jesus' name. Thank you. Won't die on my knees. God trained our hands for battle. That's right. I will tell her, thank you, Sherry's Kitchen. Cut the Coca-Cola. Why not live right? That's what God is trying to teach me more about: love, forgiveness, and letting go. Yep. Jesus told me to tell y'all, forgiveness unlocks the handcuffs. We didn't realize that, I didn't, until it came to my attention that, when they talk about being a slave of sin, and when we don't forgive, we actually handcuff ourselves to hell, because of the unforgiveness and the anger and the bitterness that's within us. And anger and bitterness separates us from God. And so you free yourself when you forgive. And I'm not saying this as somebody that's had an easy life or been treated very well many times in my life. I've gone through the fire too. There was no better feeling I've ever had than being able to just go, I'm done. I am done with giving any more of my attention to this past, this person. I'm free. I'm not looking back anymore. I'm done. I'm over this. And to be able to really look forward to what God can do for me now that I've opened myself up to his good graces, at least opened my heart up and took a step towards him so he can meet me halfway, right? Turn to me, I'll turn to you. That's what he says. Team God. I will tell her, AA strumming. Yep, got to forgive everybody before bed. That's right. They always used to say that about couples, never go to bed mad. And now that I'm older, I understand how important that was. And I also knew that no matter what, even if you're arguing with somebody, you always tell them when they're walking out that door, like say they're going to the grocery store or whatever, tell them that you love them no matter what every time they walk out that door, because you never know if it's going to be the last time that you see them. And you don't know if you're going to wake up in the morning, if God's not going to pull your card. There was a friend of mine, he was really old, and I love, man, when it comes to my friends, I don't care how old you are. I mean, I just love my friends. He literally sat up in bed one morning because he'd been sleeping, sat up, and God took him right then. He just fell over. You never know. Seems as the Father has trained me for this time, and my training has been throughout my entire life, as if he wanted me here during this time. End times, that's what I've been telling people for weeks now. I said there are people that were born for this, that we're prepared all our lives. Some of us are supposed to be here. I call them the Army of Light, Yep. And times is my hubby. Oh, you too. So cute. Amen, sister in Christ. We are missionaries. Yes. Yes. And you think about this for a minute. You're missionaries. Oh, you are sweet. Oh, I love that. I love that. Missionaries. You think about the woman in Revelation 12. What did it say? They were talking about how they overcame by the blood of the Lamb and by the testimony, right? So the children of God we should have been through some things by now. We're not just, saying, reciting verses. We're able to bring these verses to life with our experience. We're giving our testimony and how Jesus has pulled us through this, pulled us out of our depression, suicidal tendencies, alcoholism, drugs, poverty, abuse, all manner of situations, life and death. He's been there, right? And we have a testimony, and that brings the Bible to life. You knew that you would be here for the end day. See, here's another one. Thank God. Thank God. Everybody's, people are starting to speak up. Tribulation saints. Thank you. Absolutely. You are right on track with that. Tribulation saints, Diana Gillespie. And I can just see, can you just imagine the glory of being right there about to be beheaded, and you just got your head held up. You're like, I'll lay my life down for him. Will you die for him? I did a video called that too. Will you die for him? Heck yeah. In a heartbeat. That's a beautiful moment. Oh, thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much. Gosh, I love you. Hello, How to Garden. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. That's right. You're at Jesus. He's so good about that. And that just lets you know he doesn't want us taking our own lives. We have a race to run. We have to endure to the end. Nobody said it'd be easy, but thank God Jesus was there. I'm telling you, we got to stay strong. And that's why God is saying, hold on to me. This is the only way you're going to get through. This is going to be a mental and physical and spiritual hard test. This is the real deal, but this is where the crown, the greatest, most glorious crowns in heaven, they're going to be for people that are alive right now. It's the things that we're going to end up doing. Those crowns are waiting up there for us, and they're all unique. They don't look alike. They're not copycat crowns. They're all designed specially for each and every single person. Didn't know that, did you? Well, it's true. P for Plenty says, I asked him to show me he was real, and he saved me right that second. Oh, glory to God. Oh my gosh, that's what I tell people sometimes. They'll go, oh, I don't believe in God. And I'll be like, well, have you tried asking him? Because I know if somebody says, hey, are you real God, that he's going to answer them. They look at me like really scared, and that lets me know, yeah, they really do know. They're just turned away. Yeah, but he will. You ask him. You ask him. He'll come. He sure enough will. You gotta be careful because I tell you what, when I got sick and this amnesia, the whole shebang that you know ended me up in hell, I'd actually said, I guess he was pressing me about forgiveness or something at the time, but I looked at him just so indignant and I said, well, maybe if I lose my memory, then maybe I can learn to forgive. I was daring him. It took me years to remember that I did that. I was like, why'd you do this to me? And then I remembered finally, and I was like, I'm lucky he didn't kill me dead. Okay. I got exactly what I prayed for, and I learned how to forgive. Oh, yeah. That's for real. Someone I couldn't see or touch took my hand and gave me his love. And you cannot find that love here on earth, but ooh, it feels so good when you get it from him. That's how you know where home is. Yep. Oh my gosh. Me too, P for plenty. Monarch Army Brett. He rebuilt it, still working on me. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. That's right. Pray. Welcome. K King is here. Welcome. The indie video had me crying from my core issues. Yes, there's a lot that we have to go ahead and dig up if it's in there in us. And the most we've got to really unearth in us is just complete and total trust in Father. And to encourage one another, especially, any way that you can find, okay? This is a great way, take the smiles while you can. It's okay to laugh. Laughter's good. It's good medicine. It's good medicine for everybody. Mwah. Sorry, I get to kiss their sweet little faces. Okay, that'll be great. I'll love you to email me that link. Welcome, John Pino. Pino or Pino? I didn't see you in there. Oh, he is real. Yes, yes. A lot of people think that we're just telling stories to scare our children into being good. See, the problem is we're all God's children, and he's telling us like a parent for our own good. Okay, so while all this is happening, he's preparing us with food. Stock up on food, stock up on your medicine. These things are coming, the tsunamis, the droughts, the fires, the meteors. We all knew it was coming. This should be no surprise. It's really just more of an alarm clock letting you know, okay, we're hitting the next stage. It's accelerating now. All right. Okay, I am going to have to get off the horn here because I'm about to have to go pick up my daughter from her job. But I love all of you, and I'm just so grateful all of you were here. And if you could, share the videos out, and don't forget to hit like. Love all of your comments. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you really do. I hope to see everyone back here soon. All right. God bless all of you. Bye.